Welcome to our final Camino Reflection. This is all about the question, why get uncomfortable? You know, the Camino is supposed to bring you out of your environment. It's supposed to take you out of your day-to-day. It's our encouragement for you, if you come along on this trip, to get uncomfortable. Kevin, what does that make you think of? You've done the Camino a number of times. How has that put you out of your comfort level, and why should people do that?
Well, there's lots of reasons we need to get out of our comfort zone, and I'll start with that. The first and foremost, we don't grow much in our comfort,
No,
if at all.
Yeah.
And really, the world is set up around us to drag us towards comfort.
That's right.
So if you really want to grow as a person, if you really want to grow as a leader, you have to intentionally say, I'm okay with a little discomfort. And the Camino for me was, well, I was in a foreign country. It was a physical challenge. There was other languages spoken. There were going to be a lot of strangers around, and there was this process to even get there, flights and buses and trains. And so there was quite a bit of discomfort, but guess what? I've done it multiple times and there's less discomfort, and I've learned a lot. And so I think the advantage of leaning into discomfort, especially for the leader, is you're going to grow and you're going to get more confident in what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree. I think so many times we try to put ourselves into predictable situations, right? It's our seeking comfort in our day-to-day. So we say, oh, okay, I know this is going to work out for me, so I'm going to do this. Oh, I know this is going to work out for me, so I'm going to do this. But you go there, and just like you said, you are in the middle of an environment that you have no idea sometimes what's going on. When I am trying to pay a check and they are speaking to me in Spanish and I'm counting in euros, I am completely lost. But it's in those moments that you lean in. You have those growth moments where you say, okay, if this can slow down a little bit, it's helping me with my problem solving. It's helping with my communication. It's helping me get out of my natural element, do something that feels a little unnatural. And so those moments and experiences happen again and again and again. But one of the things you said is the physical aspect. Because sometimes we put up this wall in our leadership, right? Of who we are trying to be because we think other people want us to be that way. But when you get physically exhausted, that wall comes falling down, right? I'm sure you can think of a few times when you've been on the Camino when you've been just totally exhausted.
Yeah, I used to tell leaders that worked for me, probably should still talk about this because it's so important. Our leadership is exposed the most when things are the most challenging. When I'm the most tired, when crazy problems come my way, when there's a bunch of stress thrown at me. That's the true test of leadership.
Yeah.
And if we never get uncomfortable when that stuff is thrown our way, chances are we're not going to have the best reactions to it. But leaning into discomfort, and just think about some of the things that are uncomfortable for a leader. Having hard conversations. When you take the steps to do that, and have that first one, guess what? The next one is a little less uncomfortable.
That's right.
And the third one gets better, and the fourth one. But a lot of times we're so afraid to have that first hard conversation. What are some of the other things that we need to intentionally embrace discomfort in?
Yeah, so hard conversations is definitely one. I think it's something that as leaders, especially if you don't like conflict, you just naturally start to avoid. I think another one is the discipline of organizing your day. It takes a lot of discipline to organize your day and to do the things that you're supposed to do because there's distractions. If you watch video 1, we talk about distractions. There's distractions around us all the time. And the hard thing to do is to say no to certain things so you can say yes to other things. So you really have to learn how to discipline yourself. In fact, when we think about physical challenges, Jeff on the trip, if you haven't seen Jeff's video, which is on the YouTube channel, where he talks about wearing hats and why we shouldn't give 20% to one thing. Jeff, if you're watching this, you're awesome. But one thing that Jeff said on the Camino was he had to get physically exhausted so that he could be emotionally available so that he could have a spiritual transformation. I think that's a really good thought process when it comes to growth. Sometimes that wall is so high. Sometimes we don't want to do the hard things. We don't want to get uncomfortable. We don't want to put ourselves out of the comfort zone, and we sacrifice transformation. We sacrifice going to the next level because we're so rigid in not wanting to change. And Jeff experienced change, and it really encouraged all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, a little comfort, it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I need a little comfort sometimes. I have a chair at home that is really comfortable. And it's something I look forward to some evenings, get in that chair. But if I spend too much time in that chair, it's not good for me. Mm-hmm. And same way with leaders. We've got to be leaning into some discomfort so we can grow.
That's exactly right. So here's a challenge for you, okay? I want you to find a way in the next 72 hours to get uncomfortable. Maybe it's the hard conversation. Maybe it's scheduling time to sit down and fill out your planner. Maybe it's going on a hike. Whatever it is for you, find a way to get uncomfortable. And when you do, you're going to see some growth happen. We'll see you tomorrow.